Hey guys, this is Bales. I'm at FantasyLabs looking at our player models tool for NFL that we're about to release and want to take you through mainly our projections section, which is a lot different than what we had for MLB. So the first main difference is we have a projection. First of all, we didn't even project players in a traditional way for MLB. Now we have a median projection, a ceiling projection, and a floor projection. The median projection, so you're looking at Joe Flacco here, 18.5 points for week 1 against the Broncos, is basically how the most likely outcome that we think a player has in a particular game. Then the ceiling and floor projections are based off of that median projection and predictors of volatility. So we look at players like Joe Flacco, players who have the same average target length, players who are as touchdown dependent as Joe Flacco, and things like that, and then produce a range of outcomes based on all those factors of volatility. And the ceiling is how often we think that Flacco has a 15% chance to score above this number. The floor is we think Flacco has a 15% chance to score fewer than this many points. So we believe he has a 70% chance to score between 30.6 and 6.4 points. The other feature that's really cool that's new is you can edit this. So if you disagree with our median projection of Flacco at 18.5 points, you just click on it. You can put in whatever you think he'll score, and you'll notice his rating will change. So it just went up from roughly 71 to 80. Any player whose projections you've changed will have an X next to them. If you want to revert back to our current projection, you click the X. So it went back to 18.5. That'll revert back to whatever our current projection is, because our projections change based on a bunch of different factors, as do the ratings. So if there's line movement, for example, significant line movement, a big injury, things like that, obviously your projections and ratings should update throughout the week to account for those factors. And so that is something that's really important, and what happens here. But you can edit those projections if you disagree with how we have players projected. Projected plus minus is simply the points above expectation for a player. So we have Flacco at 18.5 median projected points. The plus minus is 1.4 because historically Flacco has scored, players that have cost as much as Flacco or around that amount on DraftKings have scored 17.1 points. So it's just the difference between the expectation based on the salary and then what we think. So higher plus minus obviously is better. Neutral is 0, meaning we believe the player will score as many points as he should based on his salary. And then we have different sliders that are based off of these versions of the projections. So you can weight median projection, our median projection, or your own projected floor, projected ceiling as you'd like. So we're looking at the Bales model. I have not rated any of those in this particular model, but in a tournament model, for example, I would rate the projected ceiling quite high. I did rate projected points per dollar, which is right here, which is obviously based off of our median projection. So in this one, I more or less chose to rate the median projection and really the value, the median projection divided by the salary, higher than anything else. But in tournament, you would want to obviously look for guys who have a lot of upside, probably a decent amount of expected variance in their games, and you would want to weight that projection a little more heavily.